Mauna Kea Oahu te kane o kumawari nu kumahine Anau oku e wahine Anau haloa e ali Anau ka mauna E keiki mauna na kea
Pula kapo. Kia kua. Kalau mai oi amako. Kalau mai ko mako heva ana. Ko mako haumia me ko mako ai ku me ko mako aia. Me ko mako waha heva ana me ko mako ho iki ona nia oi. E maliu mai oi. E malama mai oi amako makikino. A hel kolo a hel ne e. Hau maka iole. A palalo hala. A ola lo akapuane ane. Kawali e kia kua. Pela ko mako wai haku, pela ko mako wai papu ya oe kia kua, pela ko mako ho mana ya oe. A mama, uono.
Kia aloha aina ia kākou pākahi a pau e na mamo aloha ka aina ni. Mai nā kua hivi ihihi a me nā kua lono hauli uli o ka moko o Keawe a ho e aloha aku i ka moko paliko Hawaii o lalo i o mano la. Kia aloha aina ia kākou pākahi a pau. O wau no o ku ui po mana Freitas, he kupa wau no ka aina no ka moku pohula i a o nā kona ma ka moku puni o Hawaii. He aloha aina wau i kukia e makapiko ka maha o Mauna Kea no kana iwa kumawalu maula. O mako hoi, nā kukia i mauna i uhaile nui mai oa o no ke kupa a ana i ke aloha no ka aina. Ua ike lea ia ke kumu ko mako, ko kako hoi, kukia i ana no Mauna Kea. Oia hoi ka imi ana i ka pono o ko kako aina, ka malama ana i ke kapu o ka wawa kua, ka hapai ana i na kana vai o ka aina, ka malama ana i ke ola o kakako maukiki a pela wale aku. Ike ia ka hewa i hana ia ma luna o ka mauna. Ano leila i hele mai nei mako, ngā kukia i mauna i ke ia la e ho i ke aku i na manao e kune no ke ia ea ana o ka la hui ma ka mauna. He mau manao ko mako e ho i ke aku ai no ko mako lana kila nui ma ke kupa a ana i ke aloha no ka aina i ke la pule po akolu aku ni ka la iwa kalu o kumaha o Iune. A pela pu ko mako ho i ke ana i na manao no ko ige maupane no ka mauna ma kana press conference i malame ia e lua la aku nei. He leo mahalo a he leo aloha ho ike ia i na aloha aina i hele kino mai i ka mauna i ke la pule aku nei a kupa a me mako no ka pono ka aina a no ka pono hoi o ko mako piko ka mahao. Ua pane nui ia ke kahea a e pane hou ia ana a hiki ke aloha aina ho peloa. Mahalo.
Ai mahalo. Me ko oili mono kala i kumukahi ai kala i hoa koe ka mole olo le hua. Ilina mai me ke aloha ia kako pakahi a pau. O au no ke o ka hokai ka noha e kupa o ka aina pahula i malie. O nā kona mai kia hupua o holua mai. He aloha aina oia i o a he ho'okahi wale noa na kia i mauna he nui hewa e kupa a nei ma hope o ke aloha aina. A me ka oia i o. Me ka manao e ho'okui ka ho'ohaumia ana i ka mauna la a kapu o Wakea. E TMT ma oko la kou kukulu ana i ka ohe nā nui. Kuha a heo wau i ke ia la me ke kāko'o o nā kia i o ka mauna. O me ke kāko'o pu o nā aloha aina a pau e ku ana i hope o ke ia la. E nai ana i ka pono a kana i au puni. Mahalo to all who have joined us today. Kia i mauna nā aloha aina and media. Mahalo nui e pakopa. I'd like to first acknowledge and mahalo today the hundreds of aloha aina and kia'i who came together 1 week ago from today to once again prevent the 30-meter telescope from committing further desecration upon Mauna Kea, situated in the ahupua of Ka'ohe and the moku of Hamakua. Without any public call and very minimal organization and preparation, we were able to come together as one for a cause and purpose much greater than any one individual. E amai Hawaii nui a kea. E amai loko mai o ka po. Hawaii is rising. We are rising. And I believe that we are experiencing the greatest activation, mobilization, and unification of Hawaiian people since 1897. And it is truly an honor and privilege to stand here with all of you in this effort to protect Mauna Kea, as well as protecting our rights as a people and a lahui. May our numbers continue to grow, and may our strength as a lahui and as a pai aina continue to increase as well. Last week, Wednesday, was another great victory for Hawaii and its people, and every single person who played a role in this victory, whether on the mountain or not, should be very proud to know that we as a people stopped another day of construction of a $1.4 billion project. Although not part of our strategy for the day, rock walls were built in an effort to help in obstructing the access to those who wish to desecrate our sacred mountain. Since last Wednesday, June 24th, the road under the jurisdiction of the state of Hawaii has been closed and not accessible to the general public. We are unaware of the actual reason for this closure, but I can assure everyone here that the road has been cleared of any type of obstructions since Friday afternoon of last week. I spoke personally with Kekoa Kaluhiva as well as Lino Kamakau of the DLNR late last Wednesday afternoon, and without any request on their behalf, we volunteered to remove the rocks from the road ourselves the very following morning, and we did so. We later removed the two ahu from the road that were built on that day of the attempted desecration on Friday. And so since Friday, all obstructions in the roadway have been cleared. It is unclear to us the reason for the continued closure of the road leading up to the summit, but it is not because of anything done by the protectors. Employees of the existing telescopes on Mauna Kea, as well as protectors, have been able to access the mountain safely without any complications on a daily basis since then. Since Wednesday, however, the Mauna Kea Visitor Center has also been closed, and they have shut down and locked up all bathrooms as well as shut down the water line. Hundreds of tourists continue to access Mauna Kea on a daily basis without any bathroom facilities. This, I believe, should be a concern for public health and sanitation. Therefore, we have taken it upon ourselves to malama and care for the numerous malihini who access our sacred mountain daily. And we have great mahalo for Konalua and Honoka'a Joes for their support and understanding of the situation. We have taken very good care of the bathroom since the very beginning, and I've offered many times to assist in cleaning and the upkeeping of the bathroom. Yesterday, we decided to break down what some would consider a campsite. We although have said from the very beginning that we are not on the mountain camping. We are on the Mauna to protect it, and its protection at this time requires constant vigilance. Our presence on the Mauna will remain. We are simply going into a time of ho'omalu, to reflect, re-strategize, reform, re-energize, rebuild, and reorganize. We are as committed as ever to protecting Mauna Kea from further desecration. And when TMT and its affiliates attempt to ascend the sacred Mauna Kea, we will be there, in the hundreds, and if not, the thousands. I would also at this time like to address some of the comments made by David Ige during his press conference held earlier this week. He mentioned the need to respect all cultures in Hawaii, and I would completely concur with that statement. He also though acknowledged a need to especially respect the host culture. So I asked David Ige, how is enforcing TMT's so-called right to desecrate Mauna Kea a sign of respect to the values of the people of this land? How is wrongfully arresting Hawaiians and non-Hawaiians alike who are protecting our sacred sites and natural resources, responsibilities that the state and its officials are failing to do themselves, a sign of respect to the people of this land? How is protecting the investments of foreign entities over the rights of the people of Hawaii a sign of respect? And do we, as a people, have the right to determine for ourselves our sacred places? All peoples should have the right to determine what is sacred, and they should be able to protect it. I believe the actions and statements of David Ige to be a blatant disregard and disrespect for all of Hawaii. So we implore David Ige, along with TMT, to truly and honestly respect Mauna Kea and the rights of our people in a way that would be in alignment with the values of our culture. He also stated that he believes that the placing of rocks in the middle of roadways amounts to an act of vandalism. This is undoubtedly a silly and irresponsible use of that word. Vandalism is defined as an action involving deliberate destruction of or damage to public or private property. The only acts of vandalism I have seen on Mauna Kea have been committed by TMT themselves. And ultimately, the state of Hawaii, as they have chosen to enforce TMT's so-called right to proceed with their desire to desecrate Mauna Kea. Desecration is the worst form of vandalism, and preventing desecration is our whole purpose for being on the mountain, to prevent the violation of Hawaii Revised Statute 711-1107. We appreciate, though, David Egan's stance and commitment. I would like to make this very, very clear to everyone. Public safety is of the utmost importance to us. It is not something we take lightly. Whether you stand with us, against us, or take no stance at all. If Ige is honest in his desire to keep the safety of all the highest priority, we're hopeful that he will remain too committed, as he mentioned, to not calling upon the National Guard. For that, I believe, will be the greatest threat to public safety up until this point. The battle we are choosing to fight at this time is only against TMT. We may have other issues with the management, or lack thereof, of Mauna Kea, but we will take this one step at a time. Take this one step at a time and one battle at a time. We wish not to create any issues with other telescopes, their employees, or public access. Our issue is solely with TMT, and at this point, we will remain committed to it. So I encourage all Aloha Aina and Kia'i Mauna to renew and strengthen our commitment to fighting this hewa and protecting our mountain in Kapu Aloha. We have been committed to this from the very beginning, and it is absolutely crucial that we continue this way. I implore David Ige, the DLNR, and TMT to also commit themselves to conduct themselves in Kapu Aloha, just like we have. Whether the opposition chooses to commit to a pono conduct or not, we must remain dignified in everything we do and everything that we say. This is our stance, and we will not waver from it. And we are protected. Mo'i declared, e nakanaka, e malama o kou i ke akua, ai malama ho i ke kanaka nui a me ke kanaka iki. E hele ka ele makule ka luahine me ke kama a mo i ke ala. A oi mea nā nai ho o pirikia. Have a no?
Take off Tutu say it.
No leila.
Only symbols over here.
We understand. We will not downplay the enormous challenge ahead of us. But as we know, the strongest swimmers swim in the roughest seas. We are more than willing to take on this challenge. And we know that we will be victorious. For if we did not know that, we would not take this stance in the first place. We must also recognize and acknowledge the victories that we have had up to this point. TMT has attempted 3 times to go up the Mauna and desecrate it. And last I checked, Kukia Mauna 3, TMT 0. But the path ahead of us is much longer than the path behind us. This is just the very, very beginning. We have a long ways to go. And to TMT, again, we acknowledge we are not against the science, and in many ways we are not even against you. We are against the location. We are against desecration of Mauna Kea. And for TMT, what they have chosen is simply the wrong place, the wrong time, and the wrong people. We will not give up. We will remain committed. We will stand in Aloha Aina. We will stand in Kapu Aloha. And we will stand on Oia I'o. And again, as James Kaulia said in 1897, let us take up the honorable struggle and fight brain against brain. And that is our stance. We will not resort to violence. We will not resort to hostility. We will not resort to any use of physical force. We will stand in aloha. We will stand in truth. Imua na poki ia inu I kawai ava ava. A oe hope ho I mai ai. Mahalo. So at this time we'd like to open up to any questions that anybody may have. Yo.
What do you think the reaction would be if the governor were to deploy the National Guard or just various law enforcement agencies up the mountain? What do you think the reaction would be?
On our end, no difference. We stand in Kapu Aloha, regardless of what they bring at us. We stand in Kapu Aloha, we stand in Aloha Aina, we stand on truth.
What's the plan moving forward for the protectors?
Excuse me, hold please.
Plan moving forward for the protectors?
You're gonna have to ask Egan that question.
Has there been an explanation provided to you guys as to why it remains closed to public access?
I have no understanding why it's closed. As I mentioned, all obstructions to traffic have been cleared since late last week Friday. And there's no reason why it wouldn't be open to the public. The telescope employees have been able to access the mountain every single day to go up and come back down. And even we, as protectors of the mountain, have been given daily access to conduct pule and religious practices on the mountain. And so if they do deem it unsafe, then it's quite irresponsible of them to allow other individuals of the mountain. But based on their allowing us to access and they're allowing other telescope employees to access, I can't find any reason why they wouldn't reopen it.
Why they've locked the bathrooms?
That I believe to be a response to the closing of the road. I do not understand, again, what that reason is, but there are hundreds of tourists that come up the mountain daily and they're looking for bathrooms. And so again, that's a public health and sanitation concern. So again, we've taken it upon ourselves to get, we have 4 bathrooms up there. And if you would look at videos, which we posted on social media, you'll see many tourists standing in lines to use our bathrooms, all while chanting, "Ku kia I Mauna."
Which are you spending on the 4 bathrooms?
Aloha Aina, Oya i'o. That's not just us. We got Aloha Aina all over the place.
True Aloha. Do you think with every unsuccessful attempt for TMT to go up the mountain that you folks become more encouraged and gives you even more mana to go forward?
Absolutely, I don't see why not. Again, I think all of these victories is a struggle. It's a struggle. And the more we struggle, the stronger we get. And the stronger we get, the less we struggle. And I think for TMT, there's 2 things that are very important to them. Time and money. We're taking away their time and they're losing money. $1.4 billion is a lot of money, but it's still only $1.4 billion. It's not, it will run out eventually. So we continue. It's a long process. We do not expect them to beat them in one day. We don't expect them to beat them in 1 week, 1 month, maybe not 1 year. It could be many years. But again, our commitment to Aloha Aina and our commitment to protecting Mauna Kea is far superior to any amount of money.
He's in ongoing discussions with TMT about providing open, safe access to the public. Are you or our representatives from the protectors or Aloha Aina advocates involved in these discussions in any meaningful way?
At this point, no. I'm not sure if they plan to include us in those discussions, but at this point, we're not involved in that. But again, our commitment is to public safety. We will not deny public access to the mountain, regardless of our feelings of that and the issues we have with that at this time. We're taking it 1 step at a time. And from the very beginning, since March, I believe 26th it was, or 28th, one of those first days when we conducted the Aloha Safety Checkpoint, every single person was allowed through. The only thing that we are obstructing, the only thing that we are blocking, the only thing that we are against is further desecration to Mauna Kea.
If you're not in conversation with the governor, are you in conversation with anyone who represents the 30-meter telescope project?
Not at this time, A'ole.
No representative from the governor's office has reached out to you to restart negotiations? Nothing of that sort?
No, A'ole.
Can you address the momentum that's been gathered on Maui to protest the Daniel K. Solar Telescope? And do you see that ramping up even further as you gain more success on Mauna Kea?
Will you identify yourself?
Yeah, aloha, Kaleikua kayo from Maui. Just to say that just so happened at the same Wednesday evening of that Wednesday last week into Thursday, of the spirit of Aloha Aina Oia'io. As you can see, this is a people are standing not just on Mauna Kea, but reverberating throughout the islands as we start to awaken and stand. And so questions and fighting that we have had for a long time is struggling over the sacred Haleakala, which is also in the Supreme Court, like Mauna Kea, which has also have a long history of industrialization, of desecration, militarism. And pridefully, I stand Maui. A stand was made to stand against the transportation of some of the equipment which was needed to be taken up to the top of Haleakala to continue the construction of the Daniel K. Inouye solar telescope. And our people stood up and said, no, it would not move that night. And so the project manager, I think, if as I understand it, stopped the process. But we do know there will be another attempt coming up very soon. And let me just say, I invite all of you out here from all the islands to come to Maui. When we hear the news and the call come out, so we may use Aloha Aina Oia'io to show the world that we refuse to allow the further desecration of our sacred mountains. Like Mauna Kea, so it is on Haleakala.
I have a question.
Yo.
Of how they have obtained Hawaii, any treaty, any annexation yet?
Can anybody show her the treaty? No title, no treaty, no annexation, no title, no consent, no jurisdiction, no TMT.
Have the numbers from folks that live on other islands been increasing on Mauna Kea? Can you talk about that?
They're makakau. They're ready. I mean, look at this. We're on Oahu. We're on Oahu Alua, and with short notice, the people come to stand. So this is not an issue central to Hawaii Island. This is a Pai Aina issue. This is a human rights issue. This is our ability. Are we a real people? Will we be acknowledged? Is our history real? Is our language real? Is our mo'olelo real? Do we have the ability to determine what is sacred to us? And do we have the ability to protect it? So the people are ready. And again, like I mentioned, we did not put out a kahea. But to the lahui, the kahea will come. And when that would ke kanikapu, e makakau e pane. E makakau e nau e mai, e uhaile mai, I ka mauna la akapua wakea. When you guys hear the call, be ready. It will come. That day will come, and I'm sure it'll come soon.
Would you folks mind raising your hands and keeping it up who are not residents of Oahu who came out here today? Raise your hands who are not residents.
The right ones are here. The wrong ones are not here. Nice and simple.
We're all part of the same lahui. Mahalo, Kamo'i, Kana'yau Puni Kamehameha, who consolidated our islands and brought us all together. And now we do not handle issues separately. We are not divided. We are unified people.
Can you comment on the acceptance by the Supreme Court of the court case and why that might have led TMT to immediately thereafter try to retake the mountain again?
Could be a response, but again, we're gonna let the process in the courts play out. There's nothing that necessarily that we can do or say at this point to affect that. And those who are in the courts, they have all of our support, and we pull it for them. And again, if we can hit this issue from 10 different ways, we hit it from 10 different ways. We only need one way to work. The primary mana'o, the primary goal is to protect our mauna. But we cannot cast aside this air of Hawaii, and this rising, this unification, this mobilization and activation of our people. And that is the main thing.
Why do you think it's a mistake for the governor to call in the National Guard?
It's a mistake for them to. I think it's irresponsible. I think it's unwarranted. You know, we You have a people who are standing in aloha. I've never seen a need for National Guard to go ahead and take on chanters. We will remain committed to aloha aina. It's irresponsible, it's unwarranted, and we trust this commitment to not use that unnecessary force. Any other questions? Mai ko ka o ana kairan na nei Hawaii na wewe a haruru ka honua a ahunea na kulukulu e kalani ki e au mai luna au e ke aloha ole a kamali Aheo, Hawaii, Mama kakaua, ina, oke ebu kakahiaka, ona oivi o Hawaii, no kula hui e hawipa, vai o lama. Havale o koku alipoa o ke ave me ko kamalala varula me kakuhi heva alumai me ko mano kalani po ka imai ana me na kama ka helerani Aheo, Hawaii, Mama kakaua, ina, oke ehu kakahiaka, ona oivi o Hawaii no kuhula hui e hawipa, vai o lama. Wei mua e nā poki ia e inu wai awa e vivo ole a ho'oku pa'a a ohe hope ko i mai ai ana i vale no ka po ka uko e mau i ke ala au e ke aloha ole a ka malihini Aheo, Hawaii, Mama kakaua, ina, oke ehu kakahiaka, ona oivi o Hawaii no kuula hui e hawipa, vai o lama. Ilehi aali ve'inani o ku'aina Oia mau no ka pono sivila A ho'i a mai ke ku'oko a Aheo Hawaii Mama kakaua, ina, oke ehu kakahiaka, ona oivi o Hawaii no ku'ula hui e hawipa, ai o lama. No ku'ula hui e hawipa, ai o lama.
feel free to any of our individuals and ask any further questions or interviews. Mahalo.